Get your dirty hands off my desk. Branch manager David Stone screams it across First National Bank. He grabs the loan application from his counter. Perfect credit score. Steady income. $200,000 request. He's about to rip it in half. Then he sees the name at the top. Marcus Webb. His hand stops. The paper shakes. His face goes white. No, not Webb. Not that name again. He throws the application at the customer's face. Papers fly everywhere. His coffee cup goes next. Brown liquid spreads across the white floor. Marcus sits perfectly still. Clean suit, briefcase by his feet. He doesn't even blink. David grabs his phone. Hands shaking so bad he can barely dial. Security. Get here now. This man is causing trouble. I need him removed immediately. Marcus looks at his watch. 20:47 p.m. 15 years of waiting ends today. Officer James Parker arrives fast. Security uniform. Hand near his belt. He looks around. Torn papers. Spilled coffee. A black man sitting quiet like a stone. Back office. Now. No questions. Marcus stands up. Doesn't argue. Doesn't fight. His shoes click steady toward the hallway. But he leaves his briefcase behind. Right there on the chair. Zipper slightly open. David watches him disappear. Then spins around. Pulls out his phone again. It's happening. His voice drops low. A Webb just walked in. Exactly like you warned me. Someone responds. Too quiet to hear. But whatever they say makes David's face turn gray. I know what to do. I'm handling it. He hangs up. Wipes his face. His hands won't stop shaking. Across the lobby, senior teller Lisa Martinez freezes at her station. 18 years working here. 18 years keeping quiet. Right now, her heart is pounding so hard she can barely breathe. She stares at the hallway where they took Marcus. Then down at the papers on the floor. One form lands face up. The name screams at her. Marcus Webb. Her knees almost give out. No, not again. Please, not again. A memory hits her like a truck, 15 years ago. Different Webb, same chair, same bank. Detective James Webb, police badge on the desk. Perfect credit, good job. Denied anyway. Security walked him out while the bank president watched from his office window. 3 weeks later, dead. They called it an accident. Car crash. Case closed before anyone could ask questions. Lisa remembers the day after. The president in this lobby. Phone pressed to his ear. Problem solved. He won't be investigating us anymore. Solved. Like James Webb was just a problem to erase. Her stomach turns cold. The briefcase pulls at her. 5 steps away. Answers inside, she reaches out. Fingers shaking. Heart pounding. Then stops. Fear wins. She backs away fast. Some secrets kill the people who touch them. Back office. Marcus sits at a metal table. Hands folded, calm. Officer Parker stands by the door. Something feels wrong about this whole thing. Heavy footsteps in the hall. David appears. Face red and wet with sweat. Mr. Reynolds is coming. He'll deal with this. Through the door, Marcus hears everything. His face doesn't move. But his phone buzzes once in his pocket. He doesn't check it. He already knows what it says. The briefcase sits alone in the lobby. Zipper open, waiting. Inside, a file folder. 3 words on the label. Case reopened 2024. 15 years, 2 months, 8 days. Time's running out. The back office has no windows. Just a metal table. 2 chairs. Bright lights that buzz like dying flies. David stands over Marcus. The torn application spread out between them. Real name, now. His voice cracks. It's on the form. Don't play games with me. Your employment, your income, your address. None of it adds up. Marcus stays calm. Credit score 827. Income verified. Federal employee. Address documented. What doesn't add up? David's finger stabs the paper. Your profile doesn't match our typical approved customer. What profile is that? The question hangs there like a trap. David's mouth opens, closes. He shuffles papers to hide his panic. There are irregularities. Name one. Silence. T11 credit score. $200,000 loan request. $95,000 verified income. Zero debt. Zero missed payments. Marcus leans forward. What irregularity, Mr. Stone? David's face goes dark red. He grabs his phone and runs to the hallway. The walls are thin. Marcus hears every word. We need him here now. David's voice shakes. Yes, a Webb, I'm sure. She's asking questions like she planned this, like she knows something. Long pause. Just get him here, fast. He comes back trying to look calm. Sweat runs down his neck. Where did you hear about us? Online. Why this branch? Close to my house. Who sent you? Nobody. Every answer is a wall. David's losing control. His phone buzzes. He reads the text. All color drains from his face. He's here. Footsteps in the hall. Slow, powerful, in control. The door opens. Richard Reynolds walks in like he owns the world. 65 years old. Silver hair. Expensive suit. Cold eyes. He sees Marcus and stops dead. For 5 seconds, he just stares. Then his face goes hard. Ancient. Ugly. What was your father's name? It's not a question. It's an attack. Marcus doesn't blink. Detective James Webb, police department, deceased. The temperature in the room drops. Richard's fists clench so tight his knuckles turn white. His jaw locks. When he speaks, every word bleeds rage. Get him out. Call the police. Tell them we have someone here using a false identity. I'm not using a false identity. Marcus's voice could cut steel. I'm applying for a loan, just like my father did 15 years ago. At this bank? You remember, don't you? Richard's left eye twitches. I don't know what you're talking about. Detective James Webb. Marcus's voice cuts clean. Applied for a $150,000 home loan. Perfect credit? Stable job. You denied him personally. We deny hundreds of applications. You denied him because he was a cop. Because he was already investigating this bank. Because a detective with access to your records was the last thing you needed. Richard's breathing gets fast. Too fast. Your father was... He stops. The words die. Was what? Marcus leans forward. Finish that sentence, please. Richard's face twists. He spins to David. Call them. Now. I want police here arresting this man for fraud and harassment. David nods. Pulls out his phone. His hands shake so bad he almost drops it. Marcus checks his watch. 2 p.m. His lips curve slightly. They're already coming. Richard's head snaps around. What did you say? The police. They're already on the way. Have been since you made your first call. Marcus holds his stare. You have 13 minutes left. Richard stares at Marcus like he's seeing a ghost. Then something breaks inside him. Pure anger takes over. You walk into my bank and threaten me? He steps closer. Trying to intimidate. People like you always playing victim. Always trying to take what you never earned. Officer Parker shifts by the door. His discomfort shows now. Marcus's voice turns ice cold. Say that again, slower, make it clear. Richard's face turns purple. You heard me. People like you don't belong in places like... He catches himself. Stops. But the silence screams what he won't say. Thank you. Marcus's voice is quiet now. Deadly quiet. Richard blinks. For what? For saying it out loud. His eyes lift slowly to the corner of the room. While the cameras are recording, Richard's eyes follow like he's being pulled by strings. Top corner. Small camera. Red light blinking. Recording everything. Every drop of blood drains from his face. That camera's been broken for 2 months. Marcus finishes for him. It was. Until someone turned it back on this morning. She pauses. Remote access. Federal override. Take your pick. Richard's back hits the wall. His breathing becomes rough. David stares at his phone. It connects. Police department. David's mouth opens, but nothing comes out. We show units already en route to your location. The voice continues. ETA 12 minutes. Do you have information to add? David's phone slips from his hand. Crashes on the metal table. 12 minutes. The voice repeats. Stay at your location. Officers are coming. The line goes dead. The silence is crushing. Richard stares at Marcus like death just walked in. Who are you? The question comes out broken. Marcus stands slowly, straightens his jacket. Every movement controlled. I'm the man you just denied because of his last name. I'm the son of the detective you destroyed 15 years ago. His eyes lock onto Richard's, and in 12 minutes you're going to understand what that means. He sits back down, folds his hands. Calm as stone, but please, keep talking. Camera quality is excellent these days. Richard's legs give out. He drops into the chair. In the hallway, Officer Parker's whole world shifts. He's supposed to be watching Marcus, keeping him contained, but he's starting to think he's guarding the wrong person. 12 minutes left. Richard's hands shake as he grabs David's shoulder. Write everything down, now. David pulls out his notepad. Pen ready. Write this. Richard's voice is sharp. 3:04 p.m. Subject became aggressive. Raised his voice. Made threatening movements toward staff. The pen moves. Lies written in real time. Marcus sits perfectly still. Hasn't moved. Hasn't raised his voice. Not once. Officer Parker watches from the door. Something cold settles in his chest. Add this. Richard continues. Strange behavior. Possible drug use. Tried to intimidate using fake police. Connections. Scratch, scratch, scratch. The sound of lies becoming official. Record. Marcus's eyes track every word. Richard leans close to David. Voice dropping to poison. Note that we've dealt with this family before. The Webbs, known troublemakers. Pattern of false accusations. Make it clear. David writes faster. This is how they bury people. One false report at a time. Richard grabs his phone. Dials like his life depends on it. Police. Richard Reynolds, owner of First National Bank. We have a situation. A man here using false identity. Fraud. I need this handled now. Pause. Yes. Marcus Webb. W-E-B-B. He spits the name, like that detective years ago. James Webb, this is his son, another criminal from that family. His face changes. Color draining fast. What do you mean already dispatched? His voice cracks. I'm calling to report. You're telling me units are already coming? Whatever they say makes his knees buckle. We'll keep him here. He hangs up, stares at the phone. They were already coming, he whispers. Before I even called. How did... Maybe he really is police. David breathes. Shut up. Richard's panic turns to rage. He's playing us. They're coming to arrest him. Not us. Him. Marcus checks his watch. 3:09 p.m. His smile is thin, sharp. In the lobby, Lisa can't breathe. That briefcase. Still sitting there, open. Her mind drags her back 15 years. Different Webb, same nightmare. Detective James Webb, perfect credit. Good job. Police badge on the desk. Denied anyway. Security walked him out while Richard watched from his window. 3 weeks later, dead. Car accident, they said. Case closed. She remembers the next morning. Richard in this lobby. Phone to his ear. Problem handled. He won't be investigating us anymore. Handled. Like James Webb was garbage to throw away. Her stomach turns to ice. The briefcase pulls at her. She reaches for it. Fingers shaking. Heart pounding so loud she hears nothing else. Then stops. Fear wins. She backs away. Some truths are too dangerous to touch, but she owes that man something. And his son sitting back there. They're trying to destroy him the same way. In the back office, Richard stands over Marcus. We have documentation now. Written record, multiple witnesses. When police arrive, they'll see what you really are. A fraud, a liar. His smile is ugly. Just like your father, Marcus's head tilts. My father was a liar. He made accusations without proof. Harassed good businesses. Tried to destroy innocent people. Richard's confidence grows. And when reality caught up to him, he stops. But not fast enough. When reality caught up, Marcus's voice is a knife. What reality, Mr. Reynolds? Be specific. Silence. You mean when he died? Marcus leans forward. 3 weeks after you denied him. 3 weeks after he walked into the bank he was investigating. 3 weeks after you knew police were watching you. Quite the timing. Richard's jaw locks. Police ruled it an accident. I had nothing but the police. Marcus cuts through. Are coming, and they're going to rule very differently this time. Officer Parker's radio crackles. All units. Police arrival 10 minutes. Stand by. 10 minutes. Richard forces a smile, trying to look like he's winning, but his hands shake like leaves. David clutches his fake notes, his lies in writing, his career-ending mistake. And Marcus sits there, calm, watching them both, like a man who knows exactly how this ends. The lies are on paper, on camera, in witness testimony. The cameras are rolling, recording every word, every crime happening right now. Police are coming, not for him, for them. And these men just built their own prison. Word by shaking word, lie by desperate lie. Officer James Parker stands outside the door, arms crossed, face blank. But inside, everything's changing. He pulls out the incident report David gave him 20 minutes ago, reads it again. Every word is wrong. Subject became aggressive at 3:04 p.m. He was there. Marcus never moved, raised voice and made threatening gestures. Marcus spoke 3 times. All calm, all controlled, showed unusual behavior consistent with drug use. His eyes were clear, his hands steady. Nothing unusual about him. James's jaw tightens. 4 years in this job. 4 years of following orders. But this is a setup. He hears voices through the door, David coaching Richard on what to say when police arrive. How to stick to the story. How to make their lies match. James's training screams at him. Innocent people don't practice stories. Guilty people do. He pulls out his phone. Scrolls to a contact he hasn't used in 3 years. His former partner. Now a detective. His thumb hovers. Then he types. Something wrong at First National Bank. They're setting someone up. Black man. Says his name is Webb. You should know. He stares at the message. Finger over send. Everything in him says do it. He hits send. 5 seconds later, response. Already aware. Team en route. Stand by. Protect the subject if needed. James's eyes go wide. Already aware. He looks through the door window at Marcus. Still sitting. Still calm. He's not a victim. He's the operation. In the lobby, Lisa's war with herself reaches the breaking point. The briefcase. Right there. She's been frozen for 15 minutes. But guilt is heavier than fear now. She walks to it. Each step feels like betrayal. Her hands reach the briefcase. She opens it wider. Files. Documents. A photograph. She lifts it with shaking fingers. Detective James Webb in full uniform. Arm around a younger man. Early 20s. Police Academy graduate. The man's smile is bright. Proud. The sun. Lisa's breath catches. Beneath the photo, an old notebook. Label on front. Dad's case, the truth they buried. She shouldn't. She knows she shouldn't. She opens it anyway. First, page, handwritten. James's writing. Case file. 4729. Money laundering. First National Bank. Evidence of fake transactions. 47 accounts. All shell companies. Money moving through in circles. Owner. Richard Reynolds, 75%. David Stone Sr., 25%. This isn't banking. This is crime with paperwork. Lisa's vision blurs. She flips pages, dates, transactions, names. She sees her own name. Her own signature on forms she processed years ago. Carter account 2016. $50,000 moved. Red flag ignored. Martinez Holdings 2018. $80,000 moved. Red flag ignored. Webb Enterprises 2019, $120,000 moved. Red flag ignored. 47 accounts. She helped some of them. Her hands shake so hard the notebook almost falls. She closes the briefcase. But the damage is done. She knows now. She walks toward Richard's office. Each step heavy. Final. She knocks. Not now, Lisa. Richard's voice is sharp through the door. She opens it anyway. It's about the Webb file. The original one from 15 years ago. Richard's face drains. He jumps from behind his desk. Drags her into the hallway. What did you say? The Webb file. Her voice is stronger now. When Detective James Webb applied for a loan. When you denied him. When he died 3 weeks later. Richard grabs her arm. Squeezes hard. You kept quiet then. You'll keep quiet now. Lisa jerks free. A man died, Richard. And now you're doing it again. To his son. That man was... Richard starts. What? Lisa's voice rises. Going to expose you? Going to show everyone what you really are? So you made sure he couldn't? Richard's face twists. You don't know what you're talking about. I know you made a phone call the day after he died. I heard you say problem handled. I've lived with that for 15 years. Then you've lived with it this long. Keep living with it. No. The word comes out stronger than she expected. Not anymore. I'm done protecting you. She walks back to her station. Heart pounding, hands shaking. But this time she doesn't stop. She sits at her computer, logs in, pulls up 15 years of records, every fake transaction, every shell account, every crime hidden in spreadsheets. She hits print. The machine roars to life. Pages start coming out, one after another, evidence in black and white. She grabs an envelope. Writes on the front, Detective Sarah Chen. She doesn't know who that is, but something tells her it's the right name. David appears. Sees the stack of papers. What are you doing? My job. She doesn't look up. Finally doing my actual job. He reaches for the envelope. You can't. Officer Parker steps between them. His hand doesn't touch his weapon. Doesn't need to. She's working. Parker's voice is flat. Final. Leave her alone. David's eyes go wide. You work for me. I work for the law. Parker doesn't move. There's a difference. David backs up, stumbles, runs to Richard's office. Lisa finishes printing. Slides papers into the envelope. Sets it on her desk. Visible, undeniable. Richard emerges. Sees the envelope? His face goes red. You just ended your career. No. Lisa meets his eyes. I just saved what's left of my soul. Officer Parker positions himself between Richard and the envelope. His stance makes it clear. Nobody touches it. In the back office, Marcus hears raised voices. He doesn't move, doesn't need to. The cracks are spreading. The system is breaking from inside. He checks his watch. 3:17 p.m., 8 minutes left. Right on schedule. The door opens. Officer Parker enters. Looks at Marcus. Really looks at him. Sir, can I get you some water? I'm fine, officer. But thank you. Marcus pauses. You're a good man. That matters. Parker swallows hard. Are you really police? Marcus reaches slowly into his jacket. Pulls out a leather case. Opens it. Police badge gleams under the lights. Lieutenant Marcus Webb, Internal Affairs Division. Parker's entire world tilts. Jesus. Marcus's voice is quiet. Keep that to yourself for 8 more minutes. Can you do that? Parker nods. Can't speak. Good. Marcus closes the badge. Because when this is over, I'm going to need good people like you. Parker steps outside. Positions himself in front of the door. He's not guarding Marcus anymore. He's protecting him from them. Everything's changed. And Richard has no idea. 3 police cars ghost to a stop across from First National Bank. No sirens. No lights. Silent. Detective Sarah Chen exits first. 40 years old. Sharp eyes. Seen too much? PM, radio to lips, all units hold. Nobody moves until 3:32. Young officer beside her shifts. Ma'am, why? James's watch stopped at 3:32. Sarah's voice could cut steel. 15 years ago today, Marcus will want them to feel it. The team goes still. They understand now. Sarah stares at the bank. Her partner's son is in there, surrounded by his killers. Almost there, James, almost done. Inside, Richard storms back into the room, sweat-soaked, desperate. He paces behind the table like a caged animal. Suit jacket hanging wrong. Tie loose. The mask cracking. Police arrive any second. You're done. Fraud. False identity. Crimes stacking up. Marcus's eyes stay calm. They're coming. You're right about that. Your father couldn't handle reality. Couldn't accept his place. People like him. People like you. Say it. Marcus's head snaps up. Finish it. Cameras still recording. Richard's eyes dart to the red light. His mouth shuts. Almost. Marcus whispers, "You almost destroyed yourself again." Richard's fists shake, rage losing to terror. Outside, Sarah's radio crackles. Confirmation. Subject inside. Live camera feed established. Sarah almost grins. Got them to turn on cameras themselves. Lisa's fingers fly across her keyboard. Complaint files. The buried ones. The silenced ones. 62 files. All suspicious. All ignored. Export. Flash drive into envelope. Her phone buzzes. Unknown number. Your courage matters. SC. She doesn't know who SC is, but her hand stops shaking. David appears. You're destroying yourself. I destroyed myself 15 years ago. She doesn't look up. Today I fix it. Back room. Marcus checks his watch. 20 p.m. 12 minutes. Officer Parker outside the door. But his stance has changed. He's not trapping Marcus in. He's keeping them out. Richard circles. Jacket off now. Shirt dark with sweat. When they get here, you're finished. When they get here. Marcus stands slowly. One of us ends. You're absolutely right. Something in his voice freezes Richard's blood. What? What does that mean? Marcus walks to the door window. Sees Parker standing guard. Lisa at her station. The envelope thick with evidence. Every piece in place. 12 minutes. He turns back. You've spent 12 minutes confessing on camera, and you still don't see it. Richard rushes the window. Looks out. Lisa meets his stare. Doesn't flinch. Her hand rests on the envelope. The color drains from Richard's face. What did she? His voice cracks. What did she do? She chose truth. Marcus sits back down. Something you've never understood. Richard's world isn't crumbling. It's already dust. He's just seeing it now. Outside, Detective Chen checks her watch. 22 p.m. Radio up, final positions. We move at 3:32, exact, responses crackle back. Confirmed, ready, waiting. Cars idle. Engines quiet, waiting to strike. Inside, Richard's panic becomes something uglier. Calculation. David. His voice cuts sharp. Get Thompson here, now. David blinks. William Thompson? He's been retired for, I don't care if he's dying. Get him here in 10 minutes. Richard's eyes are wild. He's the only one who can verify what really happened with James Webb. David nods. Pulls his phone, dials. Richard tries the security office. Door locked. He pounds on it. Override the camera system, now. Silence. He pounds harder. I'm the owner. Open this door. The door cracks. Young security tech, face white. Sir, I can't. System shows outside lock. Remote access. From where? Police department. The kid's voice shakes. Active for 30 minutes. Richard's back hits the wall. Can't breathe. They've been inside the system, watching, recording. The whole time. In the room, Marcus stands. First real movement in an hour. May I have my briefcase? There's something I'd like to show you. Officer Parker doesn't hesitate. Gets it from the lobby, places it in Marcus's hands. Marcus opens it fully. Files spread across the table. But underneath, something else. A second police badge. In glass. Preserved. He lifts it. Light catches the metal. Richard sees it through the doorway. His knees nearly give out. My father's badge. Marcus's voice is quiet. Deadly. From the day he died investigating the bank. The loan you denied him, because you were already laundering money. Couldn't risk police looking at your books. That's insane. Richard's voice shakes. He died in an accident. Case closed 15 years ago. Case 4729. Marcus slides a folder across. Closed by retired Captain William Thompson, who deposited $200,000 into an offshore account 4 weeks. After my father's death, he spreads bank statements across the table. Dates, amounts, clear. Richard's hands shake reading them. His lips move. No sound comes. You can't prove any connection. I don't have to prove anything. Marcus's smile is thin. I just had to get you to create new crimes. Today, right now. Discrimination, false imprisonment, fake evidence, witness threats, all on camera, all federal crimes, all in the last hour. Richard's face cycles through emotions, rage, fear, disbelief. You set this up. This whole thing was a trap. No, Mr. Reynolds. Marcus's voice is steel. You built the trap 15 years ago when you killed my father. Today, you just walked into it. Heavy footsteps pound the hallway. William Thompson appears in the doorway. Late 60s, gray hair. Eyes that haven't slept well in years. He looks like a man running from ghosts. He sees Marcus. Freezes solid. You... His voice breaks. You're James's son. Hello, Captain Thompson. Marcus's tone could freeze fire. Or should I say the man who ruled my father's accident a suicide? Thompson's face crumbles. He looks at Richard. Back to Marcus. To the police badge on the table. You told me this was about fraud. Thompson says to Richard. You didn't say it was him. Fix this. Richard's voice is desperate. Tell him he's wrong. Tell him your investigation was real. Thompson stares at the bank statements on the table. His own account numbers staring back. His shoulders slump. 15 years of weight collapsing. I can't. The words barely come out. Not anymore. We had a deal. Richard's voice cracks. The deal was silence. Thompson's eyes meet Marcus's. Guilt carved in every line. Not lies in front of internal affairs. Richard's world stops. Internal affairs. Marcus taps his badge. Police Department. Internal Affairs Division. I've been lieutenant for 4 years. And you just committed multiple crimes in front of me. Thompson backs toward the door, shaking his head. I'm sorry. God, I'm so sorry. But I can't lie for you anymore. Not to him. James was my partner. The words explode out, and I let you kill him. I've lived in hell for 15 years. I won't add to it. Richard lunges for him. Officer Parker intercepts. Holds Richard back. Marcus checks his watch. 29 p.m. 3 minutes, gentlemen. His voice fills the room. I suggest you decide who talks first when the real police arrive, because they're not coming for me. He lets that sink in. They're coming for you. Richard collapses against the wall, breathing like he's drowning. Thompson stands in the doorway, broken, waiting. And Marcus sits calm, patient, like a man who already won. 3 minutes until 3:32. 3 minutes until justice. The watch his father wore, the time it stopped. Everything comes full circle. Right on. Schedule. Officer Parker takes a breath, then does something that will end his career here. He removes his security badge, sets it on the table. Lieutenant Webb. His voice is steady. I apologize. I didn't know at first, but I should have questioned sooner. Marcus looks at him. Really looks. You questioned when it mattered, Officer Parker. That's what counts. It's just Parker now. He gestures at the badge. I don't work for them anymore. Marcus extends his hand. They shake. Firm, respectful. The department could use people who choose right over easy. Something shifts in Parker's face. Hope. Purpose. Lisa enters, tears streaming, but spine straight. I'm so sorry. Words rush out. I processed your father's loan denial. I saw the notes. Reject law enforcement profile. I knew it was wrong, but I was scared. Marcus's expression softens. You're here now. You turned on the cameras. You printed the evidence. That's what matters. Will I go to prison? That depends on what you tell police in 3 minutes. Marcus's tone is honest. Truth carries weight. Use it. Lisa nods. Wipes her eyes. I'll tell them everything. She leaves. Stronger than she entered. Marcus is alone now. He removes the watch from his wrist. His father's watch. Frozen at 3:32 p.m., he holds it close, brings it to his ear. Though it's silent. Has been for 15 years. His lips move. Barely a whisper. It's time, Dad. Finally time. He closes his eyes. Feels the weight of 15 years. Almost done. He puts the watch back on. Checks his phone. 31. 45 seconds. He stands. Faces the door. Takes one breath carrying 15 years of purpose. This is it. He opens the door. Parker falls in step beside him. Not as guard, as ally. They walk to the lobby together. Lisa stands from her station. Envelope of evidence in hand. Richard appears. Face gray, defeated, he sees them all. His empire in ruins. Outside, Chen checks her watch. The 32, radio up. All units. Move now! Cars roar to life. Doors fly open. 12 officers pour out. Inside, Marcus reaches the lobby center. He checks his father's watch. 3:02 p.m. 15 years later. Exact moment. The glass doors explode inward. Police! Nobody move! Detective Chen leads the surge. 12 officers. Weapons ready. Authority absolute. The bank freezes. Richard steps forward. Relief flooding his face. Finally. His rescue. Detective, thank God. This man has been... Chen walks past him. Doesn't even look. She walks straight to Marcus. Stops. Extends her hand. Lieutenant Webb, good to see you, sir. Every officer in the room follows. 12 salutes. Perfect sync. Richard's face drains of all color. His mouth opens. No sound. Marcus returns the salute. His hand trembles slightly. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate the timing. We waited for 3:32. Chen's voice thick with emotion. We knew you'd want that. Marcus taps his father's watch. The one frozen at this exact time. Chen's eyes mist over. 15 years, Marcus. We finally got them. We did. His voice almost breaks. He would have appreciated this. Richard finds his voice. Strangled. Desperate. What? What is this? Chen turns to him. Voice like ice. This is case 4729. Reopened today. You didn't just deny a loan, Mr. Reynolds. Her voice cuts like a blade. You denied an internal affairs lieutenant conducting an investigation. You falsely imprisoned a police officer. You fabricated evidence against an officer. You threatened witnesses. All caught on camera. All crimes. All in the last hour. She steps closer. You're done. Richard backs against the wall. This is a setup. Entrapment. This is justice. Chen cuts him off. This is what justice looks like when it finally arrives. Marcus opens his briefcase fully. Removes 3 folders. Places them on the counter like winning cards. Detective Chen, please present the evidence. Chen steps forward. Pulls out a thick report. Official seal on every page. Investigation reopened last year. The car that killed Detective James Webb had brake lines cut. Clear marks. We have the mechanic who did it. He flipped. Full confession. She displays photos. Clear, undeniable. James Webb's car. Cut brake lines, murder weapon, and the mechanic's statement. She looks at Thompson. Paid by Captain William Thompson, who was paid by Richard Reynolds. Thompson collapses into a chair, head in hands. 15 years of running over. Marcus, I'm sorry. Thompson's voice cracks. Richard said just scare him, but James fought back, and his whole body shakes. I made it look like an accident. Then Richard paid me $200,000 to close the case. Suicide, clean, easy, full confession. On record. Police recording every word. Marcus doesn't show emotion, but inside his father's voice, finally has an answer. Chen opens the second folder. Detective Rodriguez, please present the financial crimes analysis. A younger detective steps forward. Tablet in hand, projects data onto the wall, charts, graphs, transaction records. Richard Reynolds. Your bank has processed 47 suspicious transactions over 15 years. The numbers glow on the wall. Shell companies, fake accounts. Money moving in circles. She clicks to the next screen. Every single transaction flagged by the system. Every single flag ignored. Credit scores don't matter. Income doesn't matter. All that mattered was moving dirty money. She displays ownership documents. Clear as day. Richard Reynolds. 75% ownership of 12 shell companies. David Stone's father, 25%. Incorporated 2 months before the first transaction. The math is simple. The crime undeniable. You weren't just banking. Chen's words land like hammers. You were running a laundering operation, using your bank to clean dirty money, then move it offshore. Rodriguez pulls up the final calculation. 8.7 million. Over 15 years, 47 transactions, 47 crimes. The number hangs in the air. Damning. My father discovered this pattern. Marcus's voice doesn't waver. That's why you killed him, because a police detective with investigation power was the end of everything. Richard tries to speak. Can't. His legs won't hold him. David stands frozen, face white as paper. I didn't know. My father never told me. You knew enough. Chen cuts through his excuse. Every transaction you approved today, every false report you filed, every lie you wrote. You continued his work. You protected his crimes. You made the choice. She opens the third folder. The final blow. Now let's review what you did in the last hour. Your crimes. Committed today, on camera. Rodriguez activates the video feed. Security footage plays on the wall. Every customer in the lobby watches. Every employee sees. 47 p.m. David sees Webb on the application. Immediately rejects it without reviewing anything. 51 p.m. Richard arrives. Refuses service based only on the last name. 2:54 p.m. David fabricates the incident report. The footage shows Marcus sitting perfectly still, not moving, not speaking. 8 p.m. Audio plays. Richard's voice fills the bank. People like you don't belong in places like mine. The racist statement. Clear, recorded, undeniable. 16 p.m. Richard threatens Lisa. You kept quiet then. You'll keep quiet now. Witness intimidation. On camera. Every crime, every moment, preserved forever. You had a chance to simply process a loan application. Chen's voice is quiet now. Deadly. Instead, you committed 6 crimes in under an hour. Because you panicked. Because a name on paper reminded you of the man you murdered. Richard's back hits the wall. He slides down, sitting on the floor now. Destroyed. Chen steps forward, badge out, voice official. Richard Reynolds, you're under arrest for conspiracy to commit murder, money laundering, civil rights violations, false imprisonment of a police officer, and witness tampering. She turns to David. David Stone, you're under arrest for conspiracy to commit fraud, civil rights violations, false imprisonment, and obstruction of justice. Handcuffs click. The sound echoes through the marble hall. Richard looks up at Marcus from the floor. His empire dust. His life over. Who are you? He whispers. Marcus crouches down, meets his eyes. I'm the son who spent 15 years building a case. I'm the man you underestimated because of my skin color. I'm the internal affairs lieutenant you just confessed to. He stands, looks down one final time, and I'm the last person you should have ever crossed. Officers lift Richard to his feet, march him toward the door. His expensive shoes drag across the floor. Outside, the media swarms. Camera flashes explode. Reporters shouting questions. Richard tries to hide his face. Cameras catch everything. News alert already running. Bank owner arrested. Police officer's murder solved after 15 years. Inside, Marcus stands in the center of the lobby. The briefcase that started it all sits open. Evidence spread across the counter. Lisa approaches, hands the envelope to Chen. 15 years of records, every suspicious transaction, every complaint buried, everything. Chen takes it, nods with respect. Thank you. Your cooperation will be noted. Parker stands to the side, processing everything. Chen approaches him. Officer Parker. Just Parker, ma'am. Lieutenant Webb said you chose integrity over your job. Chen hands him a card. We value that. We have openings. People like you. Call me. Parker looks at Marcus. Marcus nods. Encouragement. A future opening. I will, ma'am. Thank you. The bank slowly empties. Officers escorting suspects. Evidence being collected. Justice being served. Marcus stands alone for a moment. In the lobby, his father last stood in alive. He looks at his father's watch. Still frozen at 3:32. 15 years, 2 months, 8 days. The wait is over. The case is closed. His father's name is clear, and the men who killed him are finally paying. He closes his briefcase, picks it up. The wait familiar now. Walks toward the door, each step steady, certain. Outside, the sun is setting, the day ending. Chen joins him on the sidewalk. Your father would be proud. Marcus's voice is quiet. He would have done this himself, if they'd let him live long enough. They stand in silence, watching the police cars pull away. You know what he told me once? Chen says, the day before he died. Marcus looks at her. He said justice isn't fast, it's patient, and it never forgets. Chen's eyes mist over. He was right. Marcus touches his father's watch. 15 years, 2 months, 8 days. Some people say justice delayed is justice denied. He looks at the bank one final time. But my father knew different. Justice delayed is justice sharpened, refined, unbreakable. His father started the race. He finished it. And 47 families who thought the system forgot them will wake up tomorrow knowing someone fought. Someone won. The baton has been passed. The race is complete. James Webb's legacy isn't his death. It's his son's victory. Marcus walks to his car, briefcase in hand, his father's watch on his wrist, still frozen at 3:32. But somehow it feels like time just started moving again. He slides behind the wheel, starts the engine. Chen taps on the window. He rolls it down. 47 families are waiting. That's a lot of conversations. Marcus nods. My father would have looked each one in the eye. I owe them that. Chen steps back. See you tomorrow, Lieutenant. Marcus pulls onto the street, headlights cutting through dusk. Behind him, a bank that destroyed lives. Ahead, 47 families about to get justice. His phone buzzes. Text from Rodriguez. First family located. They want to meet you. They said thank you. Marcus stares at the message. A family he's never met. Thanking him for his father's work they never knew about. He types back. Tell them I'll be there tomorrow, and tell them my father would be proud they never gave up. He looks at the bank one final time in his rearview mirror, where his father was marked for death. Where he was humiliated, where justice finally arrived. 15 years, 2 months, 8 days. Some say justice delayed is justice denied. Marcus knows different. Justice delayed is justice that never stops coming. His father started the fight. He finished it. And 47 families will wake up tomorrow knowing the system didn't forget them. Someone remembered. Someone fought. Someone won. The baton has been passed. The race is complete. James Webb's name is cleared. His son's promise is kept. And justice, finally, has arrived. Marcus drives into the sunset, the watch still frozen at 3:32. But time doesn't feel frozen anymore. It feels like healing, like closure, like justice. Finally.